Bathrooms. They're such an important space in the home and their designs are quite complex. Sometimes it can be quite tricky to balance functionality with aesthetic, with budget. So as a result, it's easy to make mistakes, whether it's positioning the mirrors incorrectly or a lack of natural textures or not allocating enough storage. So today I'm going to go through 10 of the most common mistakes in bathroom design and styling and how to avoid them. One of the first mistakes in the design process is to not have a mood board or a clear color strategy. Like anything, it's really important to plan your design, otherwise the execution can be substandard. When it comes to the aesthetic and the atmosphere of your bathroom, not having a really clear strategy can result in a room that feels out of balance, is jarring, or is just soulless. Always begin with a mood board, and not just a collection of pretty pictures and products. This needs to be a visual communication tool that really clearly articulates your vision for the room. Include a color palette of 3 to 4 colors in the room, and when you're doing this, think about all the color tones that are going on. That's timber, metallics, so some brass, your tile colors, all of the colors that will make up that room. Also include a palette of the materials and textures that you'd like to see in the room. So rattan, timber, marble, stone, include all of those in the mood board. And you want that mood board to really articulate a feeling or the atmosphere that you want to have when you walk into that room. Another common mistake in bathroom design and styling is a lack of storage. Poor planning or planning that only focuses on the aesthetics, so say you've gone for a really sleek wall-hung vanity with a below-counter basin, may mean that you don't have as much storage because the plumbing is going to take up a lot of the storage in that vanity. You also need to make sure that your storage is functional and that you can access everything. While cabinets are often a more cost-effective choice, sometimes it can be easy to reach the items in there, and drawers can be a better solution. Plan out your storage needs in advance if you can, and if the room is used by more than one person, try and allocate space for each individual. Opting for an above counter basin will give you a little bit more storage below counter, and if you don't already have a shaving cabinet, replacing the mirror with a mirrored cabinet could give you that extra storage you need. Privacy in a bathroom may sound like a no-brainer, but it's easy to get it wrong. Now, personally, I am not a fan of doorless en-suites, unless maybe there's a single occupant in the room, but even then I still feel like they need to be separated. Another mistake is not thinking through functional privacy in a high-traffic bathroom or a shared room for the toilet and for the shower. Likewise, windows. If there's clear glass in your window, you could be on show. For shared bathrooms, like an ensuite or a family bathroom, you could consider having a separate WC or toilet so that both rooms can be used at once. Likewise, if the shower has a solid wall instead of a glass wall in an ensuite, that can give you a little bit of privacy too. And for that window, frosting or fluting it can be a good option. Consider frosted louvers that allow you to control the privacy and the airflow at the same time. Positioning mirrors at the wrong height is another really common mistake in bathroom design. We use our mirrors for detailed daily grooming tasks, so we need them to be positioned to reflect from about chest height upwards. If they're positioned too high, applying makeup or shaving means you're going to be standing on tippy toes to get the best view and frame. Likewise, make sure your mirror is big enough. If you think about blow drying your hair, you need to make sure there's some width to that mirror too. Place the mirror at around 1200 millimeters off the floor. We find that this height works really well to get good eye level reflection while still having enough room for the taps so that you can turn them on. Always position the mirror directly above the basin, but have a think about whether another mirror in the room might help reflect light if the room is really dark. A good size for a single mirror is about 500 millimeters wide by about 800 millimeters high, but you can use wall-to-wall mirrors for really dramatic effect. They make the room feel bigger, lighter, and they're functional as well. Mirrors in various shapes are becoming more and more popular, and this can be a really great way to bring a design statement into the room. It started with the circle mirror, Arches are still having their moment. And there are some beautiful organic shapes that are out on the market at the moment that really help to soften the hard lines of a bathroom. If you've got more of a classic bathroom going on, you can get detailed framing that creates a beautiful silhouette on the wall. So there are many options for you to consider. The hexagon is another interesting one, and the D shape is going to be having a moment soon too. Towel rails are often seen as an afterthought. In fact, I've been in bathrooms where all I've had is the door handle to hang a towel on. If they're not planned in advance, you might be left with insufficient space, say 50 centimetres, for a horizontal towel rail to hang 2 bath towels on. It's not going to work. They won't dry out and they won't fit, and it'll look messy. Planning the bathroom fittings and fixtures in advance will let you map out sufficient space for a towel rail, and you can make sure that it's close to the shower or the bath for optimal functionality. Vertical towel rails, they are a great space saver, and now they're coming in a whole range of colours and finishes. Likewise, there are some awesome hooks available on the marketplace now that can be a design statement in their own right. Plus, they can be retrofitted to your tiles or the back of the door. Not planning out your tap height with your basin height can be a huge mistake, and it can happen easier than you think that these two items clash. If you think about using a wall tap, you actually have to have that plumbed in really early on in the procedure, and you need to instruct the plumber where to position it. And then perhaps you bring in a beautiful wall hung vanity with an above counter basin, and by the time all of that's installed, possibly the tap doesn't work anymore, or maybe the lever is pointing down and it becomes really difficult to use because it's trapped behind the basin. So think about elevations just as much as you think about the floor plan. You need to plot out and really carefully measure the vertical face of the room. So where the taps are going in relation to the vanity height, in relation to the basin. Bathrooms are, by their very nature, full of really cold and hard surfaces. At the material base of a bathroom, you're working with glass, tiles, metallics, stone, and if that's all you've got going on in your bathroom, you may not be achieving the type of atmosphere that you want to. If you think of a laboratory, cold and clinical, versus a lovely, warming, relaxing day spa. Think about bringing in warmer, textural, or even living materials into the bathroom to soften it up and warm it up and make it more inviting, less clinical. You could try a timber shelving, a timber stool, a basket, a rattan pendant light, a hanging plant. Even if the look that you're after is really sleek and clean and minimal, it'll still look more alive with, say, a live plant. A bathroom in the middle of the house is a bad idea. It's almost impossible to get the steam extracted outside, and it's also really hard to bring any fresh air in. Even a bathroom that's on the side of the house can suffer from poor ventilation, whether it's a window that just doesn't open very well or an exhaust fan that's 1,000 years old. Think about ventilation in terms of flow. So if you can extract the heat and the steam up and out, then it will automatically bring in the cool, clean air, and that will help with mold growth. Frosted louvers are a fantastic addition to your bathroom because they really optimize the airflow coming in. There's also a lot of really powerful and not too noisy exhaust fans now on the market that you could consider replacing your existing one with. Operable skylights are a fabulous way of really boosting the ventilation in your bathroom, and they're going to have that added bonus of washing the whole room with a beautiful natural light. If the shower is big enough, position the operable skylight above the shower. The steam will be extracted straight up, and you'll have that really lovely feeling of showering underneath the skies. Only using one lighting technique in the bathroom is a really common mistake, and it's usually too many downlights. And while these are nice and bright, they can also cast a lot of shadows. So if you're applying makeup, it's not the best lighting for you to be working in. Likewise, if you need to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you don't want to be turning on really bright lights. It's the last thing you want. And if you're trying to create a more spa-like atmosphere and really relaxing when it's bath time, if your only option is to turn all the downlights on, it's going to kill that vibe. Think of your bathroom lighting strategy in 3 layers. Yes, we need overall room lighting, and this is usually downlights, but it can also be a central pendant to illuminate the room. Next, you're going to need task lighting, and this is something at around eye level, somewhere near the mirror, that can help you with daily grooming tasks or makeup application and eliminate those overhead shadowing that you're getting from the lights above. And thirdly, we need some ambient lighting. A great way to do this is to put an LED strip underneath the vanity or a shaving cabinet, and that casts a beautiful glow across the tiles, and it's perfect for those soaks in the bath or those midnight bathroom visits. A bathroom without character or style is a missed opportunity. White on white is depressing, it's uninspiring, it's a bit lifeless and a bit soulless. Try picking 2 simple colours in a palette. So let's say it's a sage green and a neutral biscuit. And then within that colour palette, you can mix and match some beautiful styling accessories. So get 2 colourways of towels and mix those together. Maybe get a stone coloured planter or pot and put some beautiful greenery in it. You could even consider an artwork on the wall to inject a little bit of colour and life into the room. Soaps and lotions now come in beautiful colourways and designs and are a lovely styling accessory in their own right. You can create a beautiful vignette on top of your vanity. Say you use a tray, a beautiful soap and lotion, maybe a small vase of flowers and a candle. Instantly brings character and day spa vibes to the room. If you've got the space, you could put a timber stool next to your bath, roll up a couple of beautiful towels, perhaps a plant, and some bath salts in a beautiful bowl. So as we've covered, there are tons of potential mistakes in bathroom design and styling. So whether you're renovating or just looking to upgrade the style of your room, there are definitely things that you can do to avoid these mistakes. If you found this video helpful and you want to know even more about bathroom design, hit the link in our description. We've got a really detailed bathroom design course available. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.